Look around you. Your home, your office, a cafe, a classroom, an airport waiting area. Chances are every chair you can see has 4 legs. Not 3, not 5, not one solid block, 4. It feels so normal that you've probably never questioned it. But that's exactly what makes it interesting. Because when a design shows up everywhere, across cultures, materials, and centuries, it's usually not accidental. It's optimized. And the reason behind this near-universal design has nothing to do with fashion or tradition. It involves physics, engineering logic, human psychology, and manufacturing efficiency, all working together in silence. This chair you're sitting on right now is quietly solving multiple problems at once, balancing your weight, stabilizing your movement, surviving daily abuse, and doing it all at the lowest possible cost. And it does this so well that you never notice. Today, we're going to uncover the subtle genius hiding in plain sight, right under your rear. Here's a quick fact. Most people don't realize a chair is not designed for sitting still. It's designed for constant imbalance. Humans shift their weight every few seconds. We lean back, we lean forward, we sit sideways. We drop into chairs. We push off when standing up. So a chair's real job isn't holding weight. It's controlling instability. And when designers across history tested different ways to do this, 3 legs, single bases, wide platforms, one solution kept outperforming the rest. 4 contact points with the ground. 4 legs form the smallest structure that feels stable, spreads weight evenly, recovers from movement, still stays simple. That's why 4 legs didn't just appear once, they appeared again and again, until they became the default. For most of human history, chairs weren't common objects. People sat on the ground, stones, logs, low wooden platforms. Actual chairs were rare, often reserved for leaders, elders, or royalty. If you had a chair, it meant status. But as societies grew, chairs had to change. They weren't symbols anymore. They were tools, and tools must work reliably every day for everyone. Early chairmakers experimented with many forms: solid blocks, benches, tripods, curved bases, but each design had trade-offs. Solid bases were heavy and expensive. Tripods tipped too easily when leaning. Benches lacked personal balance. Slowly, through trial and error, a pattern emerged. 4 legs offered lift from the ground, stability without excess material, balance without complex construction, no equations, no engineering degrees. Just repeated human experience. If a design failed, it disappeared. If it worked, it spread. And 4 legs worked so consistently that they survived centuries of testing, long before modern science ever explained why. Let's define the real problem a chair must solve. A chair must, 1. Hold a wide range of body weights. 2. Stay upright on imperfect floors. 3. Remain stable during movement. 4. Be cheap enough to produce at scale. That's a brutal design challenge. Because humans don't sit politely. We lean back on 2 legs, we shift sideways, we rest elbows on one side, we stand on chairs, we drop into them. Every movement pushes the chair toward tipping. So the question becomes, how do you create a structure that resists tipping without becoming bulky or expensive? 3 legs fail when weight shifts backward. More than 4 legs increase cost and wobble. Solid bases waste material. 4 legs create a wide, predictable base that catches your center of gravity before it escapes. The chair doesn't fight you, it forgives you. That forgiveness is the key. Here's the design logic that makes 4 legs special. Any object touching the ground creates a shape called a support base. As long as your body's center of gravity stays inside that shape, the chair stays upright. 3 legs form a triangle. Stable but narrow, lean too far and gravity wins. 4 legs form a rectangle or square. That shape expands the safe zone, handles forward, backward, and sideways motion, distributes load evenly. There's another hidden advantage. With 4 legs, each leg carries less stress. That means thinner materials can be used, joints last longer, minor defects don't cause collapse. This is why even cheap plastic chairs work. 4 legs tolerate mistakes. And from a design perspective, tolerance is gold. You don't need perfect craftsmanship. You don't need advanced materials. The structure itself does the work. That's not just good design, that's robust design. Now, here's something even more subtle. 4 legs don't just work better. They feel better. Humans are wired to trust symmetry. When we see 4 evenly spaced supports, our brain immediately reads stable, safe, reliable, even before we sit. That's why experimental chairs often feel uncomfortable, even if they're perfectly engineered. Your brain doesn't want to calculate physics while relaxing. It wants instant reassurance. 4 legs deliver that reassurance subconsciously. They signal balance. And when something feels safe, we relax our muscles more. That makes the chair feel more comfortable, even without cushions. So 4 legs don't just support your body, they support your sense of security. Of course, not all chairs have 4 legs today. Office chairs often have 5. Bar stools may have 1 central column. Cantilever chairs seem to float. But notice something important. These designs only work because of stronger materials. Precise manufacturing, reinforced joints, controlled environments. 4-legged chairs don't need any of that. They work on uneven floors, with cheap materials, with rough use, without maintenance. That's why they dominate homes, schools, restaurants, and public spaces. 4 legs are the default because they work even when everything else goes wrong. And once a design reaches that level of reliability, it becomes invisible. So why do almost all chairs have 4 legs? Not because someone decided it once, but because physics, psychology, and practicality all independently arrived at the same answer. 4 legs are stable enough, cheap enough, simple enough, forgiving enough. They don't demand attention, they just work. And when a design works this well, across centuries and cultures, it stops being questioned. That's the true mark of great design. The best designs don't shout, they quietly support us, every single day. If something as ordinary as a chair hides this much intelligence, imagine what else around you does the same.